Grana Weep Ninny Bong, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to be checking a look at something that has kept me fully entertained, energized, distracted, and just absolutely entertained, and that is Forza Horizons 5. As people who do watch this channel and check out my content around gaming probably know, I recently made the change from PlayStation over to the Xbox family, and yeah, still the best gaming move I have made in years. Game Pass is a game changer. It's that simple. I play so many games on Game Pass that there is just no way I would have played those games, and this is one of those games. Driving games are not for me. My history with them is basically I really like games like Burnout. I like arcade. I don't really go in for those things that are too technical. F1 driving sim, no, not for me. Why can't I crash into things and just ram things off the road to go through things? So when I jumped onto Game Pass not so long ago now, Forza Horizons 4, the one that's set in the UK, that really kind of brought me into this Forza family as a driving game that, you know, I thought I'd check out. I was like, alright, it's an open world driving game. That the name alone just intrigued me, and I had a really good time with it. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of my game between games, you know. You've got that 30-minute break, you know, what am I gonna do? I can just turn it on. The Xbox literally just starts you from where you jumped off before, so you can just jump in, have a couple of races and jump back out. It's not too time intensive. So I've literally low-key pretty much been anticipating this release. It's probably one of my most anticipated releases of the year, to be fair. Pretty low-key, you know, it's below certain other ones, but yeah, low-key after playing Horizon 4, I was pretty much anticipating this. So day one when it dropped, I was all over this, and straight away, yes, all day long. As soon as you start this up, you're like, this is beautiful. Graphically, let's start there. This game is gorgeous and shows off the true power that the Xbox is commanding at the moment. Even when you go back and you look at Forza Horizons 4, that looked like an okay and nice game, but oh my god, the graphics on this. And yeah, I know, if you want to show off the graphical capability of a game station or a graphics card, put a driving game on there because they always look super impressive. But this is a thing of beauty. As you go through, you go seamlessly from mountains to snow into desert into all kinds of weather effects, dust. It's just beautiful, and as the cars are going around, they look absolutely gorgeous as well. And of course, the setting. The setting helps so much. If you go back and you look at the videos of how they set this up, they took real geographical images of Mexico's sky and different places of Mexico, and they also got in contact with real people who live in Mexico, like the Mexican Tourist Board and all this kind of thing, to really get their support on it to make it feel like Mexico. And I have to say, I love the setting. I love the setting more than the UK. The UK setting was okay, but this Mexican setting, for me, it's so much better and delivers so much more when it comes to kind of striking visuals. You can be on top of a mountain, then you can be down by the sea, you can be rocking around near a volcano, and then down be in the jungles. Absolutely incredible. So plenty of stuff to throw at you from a kind of graphics and placement point of view. Absolutely beautiful, and just amazing setting to go through, to drive through. The only thing that slightly spoils it, I would say, is this blur. Now, if you look at the blur here, the blur would put quite a lot of people off. So when you're driving quite fast, there's beautiful vistas that you go past. They go past at a rate of knots, and it's all very blurry. And it's not just the fact that it blurs, but the blur kicks in at quite a slow speed. So if you look here, you go from naught to blur in a matter of seconds, and that, I think, is something that's a little off-putting. It's not to the point of irritation with me, but I can definitely see how it would irritate some people. Next up, let's talk about the way that this thing handles, and it handles beautifully. If you like the kind of arcade simulator, like I say, my history with driving games is definitely rooted within the kind of Burnout series and stuff like this, and this handles a lot like that. You can smash through walls, you can smash through cactuses, you can smash through some rocks, some fences, but then now and then, boom, you hit a tree out of nowhere, and this always catches me. So okay, not like Burnout where you can just mash through pretty much everything. Some things are solid, some things are not. You do have to learn your way there. So I like that sort of hyper-realism that's in the game, where you've got things you can smash through, you can smash people off the road, and it's really, really cool. I love arcade races, but if you do want to get a bit more technical, you can actually go in, you can tune bits of the car, you can get a little bit more geeky about it. That's not really my thing, and also I proved that it's not my thing because I went in and tried to get a little bit geeky, and I took a car that was absolutely fantastic and turned it into this thing that can barely even go on the road. So definitely don't mess around with things too much without exactly understanding what you're doing. But there is like an auto thing that you can do where you can auto upgrade your car for you and tell you what the best bits are to make you more competitive in races, which is now what I use. There's also a kind of story as you go through it, so you get a bit of a character creation right at the beginning, and very limited, but I do like the way that they tried to be inclusive here as well. So as you go through, there's no real restrictions, and you can actually add prosthetics and things like this. So I like what they've done there, and of course, because it's 2021, you can always give your dude a little face cover, or your girl, or your non-binary a little face cover as well, which is good. Everyone needs a face cover. There's also a lot of cars, which I guess is the most important thing here. There's a lot of cars for you to get. There's over 500 cars, and similar to your character, you can go in and you can just change the vinyls. You can get vinyls from other people and make them all look pretty different. You can do it yourself, which I'm not very good at, but I always go to the ones that have already been created because there's some fun stuff like Jurassic Park ones, and there's some Venom ones, some Marvel, some anime style ones as well there, which I really like. So, you know, like I say, I don't want this game to be too time intensive for me, so I go to other people's creations and I collect them there. And of course, 99.9% of the time, this right here is a Transformers channel, and don't worry if you are a Transformers fan and you are playing this game, because, yep, people have got your back. So as you can see here, I got myself a Swindle, but there's also, you can upgrade your dudes to look like a Jazz, an Optimus Prime, a Barricade, whatever you want. People have definitely got your back. So your favorite Transformers alt mode you can bring to life in this game, which I think is pretty cool, and I'm trying to upgrade mine as many as I can to look like those alt modes. But this Swindle so far, this Swindle is definitely my favorite. The map when you start off, because like I said, this is an open world game, the map itself starts off quite bare and barren, but then as you go through, you can see here it builds and it builds, and after about 3 or 4 hours of play, you will have a map that looks like something from GTA with all the missions all over it, and it's cool. But I do have to say, at this point, for me, it does feel a little bit overwhelming and overpowering, because this game is constantly hitting you with new things to do, new online features, a spinning wheel that feels a little bit, it comes from Horizon Zero 4 as well, but yeah, I'm not sure if I like this kind of what looks like a loot box gambling mechanic. I know that it's not, and you can't pay for any of these things extra at the moment, but I don't like the way that feels. So it's hitting you with that, it's hitting you with new cars. You feel like there's no way you can possibly even go into all of these cars and try them out in the different races and upgrade them and make them look cool. There's a lot going on, and for me, as much as I like the game and I love it, at times it does feel a little overpowering to me. The game also has a lot of social features, even more than Forza Horizon 4 had, the one set in England, because in this one, obviously, you can race online with people, you can create communities, but you can also go on tours together. You can also once you've found a car, you can also leave cars around the map for other players to find, which is nice, and I actually quite like that because it means that you don't have to buy them. And if there's loads of cars in your collection that you don't want, you can leave something for somebody else, and that's quite a nice feature. That kind of more sharing community vibe that you get there. Obviously, you can always race your rivals and you can race your friends online and stuff like that, so all those features are there, but there are quite a lot of extra features now for the social side of it that's cool. Bugs, there are a couple. I've certainly felt that there's a couple of main bugs that I have, certainly when I'm online, and I don't think it's my internet connection. I know this game has had huge amount of attention. I think the last count that I saw was like 4.5 million people playing it online, so I guess the servers could be taking a little bit of a hit, but whenever I'm on that online, a lot of the time it will kick me off and I'll get this kind of X button at the top to tell me, do I want to play solo, which means that not all of the features will be available to me. But then also I might go to a place and I try go into a level and it's just loading, and then now and then I'll turn a corner and my car will just stop as if I've hit a wall, but there's nothing there and my car just stops. Luckily for me, this has not happened during a race as yet, but it's still little bugs that just break that sense of immersion that you get when you're playing the game. But not enough to hurt my experience, but just something to be aware of, especially if you're looking to play online. I don't play as much online, but some of those features, and it just gets in the way a little bit. And there's always that when you're not online and it's warning you, there's this beep, 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 and it counts down to 10, tells you you're not online, and then you think, okay, so I'm not online now, and then it'll come back again, beep, 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 beep. So that does get a little bit annoying. But that is it. They're the only challenges that I've had. This game is an absolute triumph for anybody who loves cars. I do love me some driving, and I love cars as well. I'm actually not that keen on driving games though, because sometimes they can be a little bit too much for me, a little bit too much messing around, and you can't have fun. This is fun. This is the funnest driving game I have played since Burnout. If you like Burnout and that arcade style of racing where it is like smash and grab and you get so many cars to choose from, you can drive around the mystery machine in this game and have real fun doing so. You can race everything from buggies to cars to everything around Mexico and have an awesome time doing it. This is for you if you love arcade races, and if you like something a little bit more in depth as well, I would definitely also recommend this, because you can go in, play with the features, play with the tuning, do all kinds of stuff that I'm personally not going to touch, but it's cool to know that it's there. Would I recommend this game? Oh yes, I would definitely recommend this game to anybody that loves games, not just driving games. This is a huge amount of fun. If you've got an Xbox, you've got Game Pass, all you got to do is push that button, download it and try it. I adore this game, and every time I pick it up to just play it for 15-20 minutes, I end up spending 3-2 hours, whatever it is, just playing this game. It has been such a distraction for me. Adoring this, loving this. Thank you very much, Xbox and Playground Games. Absolutely outstanding. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. Have you also been playing it? Have you created a few nice looking Transformers stuff within this game? Are you one of the creators that you can see in this video? Because I certainly didn't create any of these. And I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!